topic today is this. Lucas, we are 20 days, 20 solid whole days. That's it. 20 solid whole days away from Antman and the Quantumania of Madness. And I got to be honest with you, I couldn't be more hype and excited. So with 20 days to go, I'm sure we're going to spend a lot of time moving forward in the next couple of weeks, spending lots of time talking about Ant-Man and the Quantumania of Madness, which is my title for it, obviously. And so I just want to, the other day we played this little game where I said one thing from Phase 5 MCU. It could be a character. It could be anything you want it to be. Just what do you want the most coming into Phase 5? And Lucas, I believe your answer was Mephisto. And my answer was getting the Hulk back to being the Hulk. And so now I want to, with 20 days down on the countdown clock to Ant-Man and that Quantumania of Madness, I want to propose the same question today, which is 20 days from now, we're going to be nestled in at an AMC theater on a Dolby 4K projector with a tub of popcorn and a rock hard cock because we are so excited for this movie. And when that film starts, the question that I have is, what is the one thing that we want the most out of Ant-Man and the Quantumania of Madness?
Wow.
And again, there is no limits here. It could be a character. It could be a plot line. It could be a death. It could be a resurrection. It could be an end to a story. It could be the beginning of a new story. It could be anything you want it to be. And I, again, am going to take the lead on it. Unless you would like to go first, Lucas.
You're good.
Okay. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to say this. And I'm just going to be blunt about it. My one request, my one thing that I want from this film is for it to be good.
For sure.
That's all. I don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. Is Beta Ray Bill in it? Awesome. That's crazy, and I'm super stoked if he is. But I don't care if he's not, as long as the movie's good. I'm tired of these middle-of-the-road Marvel movies. Multiverse of Madness was the middle of the road more than any other thing that I've seen in the MCU. Thor was a step down from that. Thor 4, right, was a step down from that. Black Panther 2 was a step down from Black Panther 1. And as a whole year in TV included, Marvel really just didn't have a great year, specifically with the films. I don't know if I see one Marvel film this year that I was like, yes, that's great. It just didn't happen for me. Where with like the Batman, when I seen it this last year, it did do that for me. So yeah, as much as I want all of that other shit, and that I want plot lines, and I want certain characters to show up, and I want all of these other things, I really do. I have so much that I could tell you that I really want. But the number one thing that I really, really want is for them to make and deliver a good movie to me. For me to really walk out of that theater and feel that Marvel gushiness again. For me to go, oh my God, I can't wait. And what's this mean? And we got to talk about it. And that's what I want to do again. I don't want to just have another experience at a Marvel movie. Because to be honest with you guys, the more of those that we start leading into, the more likely it is for me that I'm just going to start falling off and getting off this wagon, man. And if things keep picking up with DC the way they are with the Batman and with James Gunn over there, seeing what he can do, maybe I end up over there full time, and at least I get those good movies every once in a while. But it seems like I'm not going to get that. I'm holding out hope. This year's a big year. We got the Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Ant-Man 3, obviously. All of these things coming this year for Marvel. So I'm holding out hope for a good year, but it's all kicking off in 20 days, and I just want a good movie. Lucas, same question posed to you. You get one thing that you can have in this movie. What do you want?
There's so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kang, obviously, finally getting some answers. right, like you said, Quantumania of Madness, because it's gonna be everything we hope it's gonna be everything we hoped it was for, MOM. But Bill Murray, we keep forgetting he's gonna be in it. But I think at the end of the day,
I think I'm just trying to forget it.
no, I think at the end of the day, my one thing, it's kind of similar to yours, just more in a more they could almost go together. Anyway, it's just that I want it to be a good Ant-Man movie. I mean, not that Ant-Man 1 and Ant-Man 2 aren't good movies. They're just good movies, you know what I mean? But they're goofy, and I want to really, really care about Ant-Man and, and his family and everything. And I think Peyton Reed, right, said that's what he wanted to do for the third one, was like an Avengers level, like a big movie, not just a goofy,
like Captain America Civil War.
Right. And really what this looks like is, because this is the third of the trilogy, and
War.
Right, but it's also like Ragnarok, and it's also like, it seems like it's taking the best parts of all of the other threes, like even No Way Home a little bit with the multiverse and stuff.
Yeah, so I still think there's a good shot we see Garfield or Maguire in here.
Somebody. I mean, this is
There's
really
gonna be lots of variants.
Yeah, right. Well, like you said, this is exactly. It seems like this is setting up to be what we were expecting from Multiverse of Madness. Really, like that. Whereas that was kind of opening the door. This is walking into the multiverse.
Yeah, and I want to leave excited for Loki season 2 and shit. You know what I mean? I want to be thinking, what's going to happen? What does this mean for Loki or whatever? I want
everything. I mean, this is the new big bad.
Yes,
like, it's got to be.
Remember when WandaVision ended? It was like someone shot me in the fucking head.
Do you remember when WandaVision
Kurt
was
Cobain
going?
style,
we had
bro.
a freaking whiteboard, and we were like,
I know,
dude.
But
it was
like
great.
it was like I got shot in the head, bro, because like I realized so much, but there was so much unanswered. Still is. What happened to White Vision? All of these things like that. It was so much to deal with, but it kept us talking. Mm-hmm. It kept us guessing. It kept us wondering when Mephisto was showing up. Like it kept us doing all those things. And I think that is what they really like have going for themselves as a franchise with this whole thing.
Well, it's the community. It's it's the group excitement of us all wanting to know more about these stories and these characters and go deeper. I would say, though, I think because WandaVision started off Phase 4, and really Phase 4 was,
and this is starting off Phase 5.
Rough. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I was just reading something Kevin Feige was saying about how Phase 4 was a lot of like building, a lot of like new characters and stuff.
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
No, I know. And
as if this would be different. I mean, you got X-Men, Fantastic Four. And
well, his quote specifically was that with Phase 5, it's really going to put the gas to the pedal, or you know what I mean? Whatever. And I think what we're talking about is kind of like that, right? Like maybe part of Phase 4 is that there were so many like setups, so many like, oh, what happens with White Vision? Oh, what's going to happen with the Bengals and the, rings? Right. And I think we're finally going to start to get some answers, and that might end up making the things that we kind of had to slough through a little bit better. Almost like Thor: The Dark World in a lot of ways. It wasn't that great.
The problem with that way of thinking is that I agree with that, but it feels like all of that was the same thing with Spider-Man and Multiverse of Madness. It felt like, but this is the moment where it all starts to come together, And when we went and watched Spider-Man, and it was like, oh, no, it's not. So it must be Doctor Strange. And then we went and watched Doctor Strange, and we're like, oh, this is going to be the moment it all comes together. Nope, this isn't it either. And then there's that moment at the end of Venom, and then it's just so much, and it's like, wait, when is the moment where it all comes together? And it's all
Phase
like
6. It's going to be Avengers, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars.
So I gotta wade through 2 phases of
dude, look,
mediocrity to get to some real storytelling.
First of all, that's a separate thing. I mean, clearly, it seems like Marvel is going back to focusing on quality versus quantity, which is good in itself. But I mean, think about. I think the only reason not the only reason, but part of the reason we're kind of as impatient or like jumping to the gun of, oh, this is where it's all going to come together, is because we're still kind of coming down from like Infinity War and Endgame. But you think prior to that, I think like Thanos was in it, 3 times before, and 2 of them were post-credit scenes, right? Yep. So all I'm saying is that we do keep going into these movies expecting, oh, this is the moment that we're gonna put it all together, and that's kind of on us in a ways for expecting that. But I think when we look back, we'll see that those are just. It's just breadcrumbs.
That's fair because it did take 20-some, movies to get to that.
And that's what Marvel has going for
thing.
them, like you said.
And I understand that, but I don't think you could do that again. I don't think you can now spend a decade and a half setting up another story to deliver that. I don't think that's the option
Not
here.
just like that.
No.
I mean, not in the same way.
So you can't.
Got to be more outright.
On that topic, we're still settling down from Infinity War and Endgame. Bro, it's been almost a half a decade.
I know.
Almost a half of a decade.
We did lose like a year and a half or two.
I get it, but
no,
still.
I agree.
I mean, that's the crazy thing is that we are now, bro, think about this. We are now in the 5-year gap period. Like, it's over, bro.
What do you mean?
Like we are now like where Endgame starts. We are fucking there, guys.
You're right.
We are living it now. That's how long it's fucking been. So yeah, something's got to give. And like I told you, you can't leave the Avengers franchise on the shelf for 5 years. You just can't do it. There will be an Avengers movie in the next 2 years, as was announced. There will be 2 of them actually in the next year or two. So, but yeah, guys, what are you guys' thought on this? Do you think that? Ant-Man is something that is going to be that finally we tie all this stuff together moment.
Or at least start to.
Or at least start to. Or is there something, and also is there something specific that you're excited for and that you're looking forward to the most in this new Ant-Man 3 film? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.